My name is Eric Montoya Reyes, and I am the Executive Director of Los Amigos de la Comunidad, Incorporated, a nonprofit community advocacy and capacity building organization. We work to build capacity of residents from the ground up to be their best advocates. We want to access information, break down barriers to systems, but at the end, we need for the residents to be their best advocates and carry on their issues and become more involved. Civic engagement is our ultimate goal. I'm a lifelong resident of Brawley. I left to get my education, but decided to come back for many reasons. One, I'm a third generation actually here in the city of Brawley. My grandparents immigrated from Mexico. My parents were born, they were the first ones born here. And so now we're a third generation family. We were from a migrant family, so we used to travel from Brawley to Central California, Fresno, Kerman, Biola, Mendota, the towns that are well known in farm working industry. And we would work and come back home for it's time for school. I think that's from the upbringing when I was young. Luckily, my parents were very well grounded, but we saw other families really suffer when they were in our migrant workforce development there, and it was very, very difficult to see the inequities of that.
My name is Isabel Solis, and I am the president of Los Amigos de la Comunidad, Inc. Transportation has to go a little bit more and beyond. You know, putting out a schedule is great, but you need to ask yourself, who can access the schedule? Who can understand it? Sometimes it's just rows and columns, and there's no guidance as to how do I read these rows and columns, and what do they mean? Some people don't see places as names of streets. They know them by like over there by the library or near the post office. And so I think making that information more people friendly, and I think that can be worthwhile. Mobility justice to me means people being able to go from one place to another without worrying about how do I get there. My parents are farm workers, and so they had work at different times, my mother and my father. So it was always difficult to know, like, you know, am I gonna be able to get to school? And so mobility access to me would mean that a student doesn't have to worry about getting there.
Once they can kind of get over the hill or conquer one section, it opens opportunities for new things that they can take on. And for sure, if they conquer their transportation and access systems, it lets them be able to navigate it and get to areas maybe they wouldn't have gone before, and it creates new opportunities. But if they're looking at improving themselves, our community will improve overall.
To learn more, visit losamigosdelacomunidad.com.